Hello everyone, welcome to my channel Book of Science. Today I am teaching about 8th class biology 4th chapter ecosystem. In this class we learned food web. What is the meaning of the food web? It is a network of several interconnecting food chains. Food chains have interconnections at different points. Interconnections develop a network of food chains called food webs. Food webs are very complex and for the understand. Example, plants grow, animals eat plants, another animal eats the plant eaters, both animals and plants die and are in the return eaten by the smaller organisms who converted organic material into inorganic components in soil can be taken by again by plants. So here this is the circle. First of all plant is the producer. The animals eat the plants. So remaining dead animals are eat some small organisms. So after the last it converted into the organic material and mix in the soil. So the plant's growth is very useful to the organic matter or nutrients in the soil. So this is the circle going on here. Food web. For example, we take a food web in a forest. Vegetation means plants, rat, fox. This is the one food chain. Here, rat can be a food for an owl or stoat. Owl can be consumer of the beetle, rat, rabbit. Rabbit can be a link towards the stoat, owl, fox. These are all interconnections of food chain. For example, I will explain with this diagram. Here, this is the diagram. This is the vegetation means green plants. So this is the autotrophs, producers, trophic level 1. Rabbit eats plants. Stoat eats rabbit. So this is one food chain. So vegetation, rabbit, stoat is the one food chain. Here this is the green plants, rat, owl. Here rat eats plants, owl eats rat. So here vegetation, rat, owl is the another food chain. This one. This is the plants, beetle, fox. Here beetle eats plants, fox eats beetle. So this is the another food chain. This is one food chain, this one is for one food chain, this is another food chain. Here some differences is there. The stoat is also eat rat. So the stoat is also eat rat. Here the owl eats beetle, rat, rabbit. So here fox also eat beetle, rat, rabbit. For example, in the ecosystem, we take this food chain. It means green plants, rabbit, stoat. This is the food chain. If stoat food rabbit is not available in the forest, what happened? In the forest, the stoat number is decreased because of the starvation. They didn't get food of the rabbit. So whatever the food is not available to the stoat, what happened? The species is died. So there is another option is there. So the stoat is also eat rat. So this is the another availability of the food. So this is very important in the ecosystem. Only rabbit is the food for the stoat. If the rabbit is not available in the forest, so what happened? So these species are died. So there is another availability of the food. Here we take this example, owl. Owl eat rat, beetle, rabbit. In these three, if any of the food is available, owl eat the food. If the beetle is not available, the owl eat rats. If the rat is not available for the food, it will eat rabbit. So there is a different types of the availability of the food to the owl. So this is the survival of the animal. This is the very important thing. This one, fox. Fox eats beetle, rat and rabbit. If the rat is not available for the food, fox eat beetle. If the beetle is not available for the food, the fox eat rabbit. So different types of food is available in the forest to the fox. So the species are survive in the forest. So if only this food chain is present in the forest, what will happen if this level, this is the trophic level 1 producer, this is the trophic level 2. If the trophic level 2 is decreasing, what will happen? It impact to the next level also. It impact to the next level also. So this food web like structure, if the one level is not available, the stoat is depend on the another animal. So this food web is very useful in the ecosystem to survive of the so many different types of the animals in the ecosystem. So environment is made up of two types of matter, organic, inorganic. Plants are only link in the food chain. So this is the basic one, plants. Why? Because only plants are prepared the food. So maximum animals are depend on the plants for the food. So plants are only link in the food chain. Plants are capable of transfer inorganic chemicals into organic compounds for consumption of other living things in the ecosystem. The nutrients are passed through the trophic levels in food webs. If the plants fail to transfer the materials, animals would not survive. Plants are extracting nutrients from the ground, but animals are not able to consume directly from the source of soil. Here, this is the important point. Why we depend on the plants for the food? Only plants prepare their own food. Next one, another point. Plants are extracting nutrients from the ground or soil, but animals are not able to consume directly from the source of the soil. So that's why animals depend on the plants, and the animals also help to the plants for the growth of the plants. So this is the food web in the ecosystem. This is the very important diagram to understand this topic, food web. So food web is the very important. What is the advantages of the food web? The food webs permit alternative food. Alternative food means if the whole it is not possible to the feed of the beetle, it is not available of the beetle, the whole eats rat. So there is a different types of options for the food to the whole. So it is better chance to survive of an organisms. If any one of its food source to be scarce, food web provides more stability to an ecosystem than a food chains. This is the very important point is food chain, food web. This is the food chain. This is one food chain. This is one food chain. This is one food chain. So comparison to the food chain and food web is the more stability. If the one organism is not available in the forest, the animal depend on other animal. So there is a availability in the food web. So this is a survival of the animal. So this is very important in the food web. So food web is very useful. Thank you everyone. Please comment, share and subscribe to my channel.